Hey y'all, if you tuned in for a repair video, this might not be your thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk about car parts. Probably not. It's been a strange time of life. It's been pretty wonderful, to tell you the truth. And it's surprising the heck out of me, out of everyone who has the pleasure of witnessing the change that's happening right now. I was in a real bad spot not too long ago. Maybe the worst spot. Some of the hardest things I've ever dealt with in this life just all came crashing into me at the same time. And, it's kind of what we need sometimes. Because I think I'm so strong. I think I'm able to just do it all on my own. That I'm invincible. That I don't ever need to ask for help. Not from people. Certainly not from God. And, you just keep pushing on like that until, you either have a breakdown or you just kind of lose yourself. I was sort of doing both, and it was frightening. But in that space, guess who shows up but God? I wasn't expecting it either. In fact, it had been so long since I had earnestly sought to get right with God that whatever I thought I had that I would call spirituality was pretty empty. It was coasting on fumes. Some of you know exactly what that's like, and it's hard to get out of. I don't like that. Even when I was coasting on fumes, I felt phony and didn't even want to hang out in that way for very long. But it depends on who you are, what your path is. That might be better than just full-blown rebellion, doing your own thing. But for me, it's not a good place to be. For me, that's total stagnation, where I'm talking about spiritual things, acting like I want to help and have, something meaningful in mind, when I'm still just really serving myself and just trying to avoid pain and find some peace and pleasure in life without having to face reality of why it's all so frustrating and painful in the first place. And sometimes it gets really hard to do that. Most people spend their time avoiding alone space. Most people avoid quiet, and there's so many ways to keep yourself distracted these days. I think it's probably one of the biggest curses of this particular generation, time and place in history. Man, we've got distractions. It's gotten to the point where it's not even about the activities or the devices or the cultural norms. It's about the conditioning, what it's done inside of us. That those of us who are 40 and older, we have the before and after. We remember what things used to look like. It sounds like cliche or something, but consider it for a minute if you haven't. Remember what life was like before everyone was carrying around a phone? Just that simple thing, one thing right there. Remember how much less anxiety that people had in day-to-day life? Even just as a clock on your person. Think about how often everyone pulls out their phone just to even check on the time. And because they have it, because they're like, well, because I'm going to check the time and look at my phone, I'll also see if anyone called or there was emails, notifications. Well, while I'm here, I'll da-da-da. And you just start this anxious circle round and round. And in that space, where did you go? Where are you in all that? There's no reflection. There's certainly no quiet. And I'm just as guilty of that as anybody else. probably more so. Some people have probably been able to be more self-controlled about those distractions than me. Unfortunately, I'm the kind of person that really needed to be broken into pieces, crashed into a wall in order to finally embrace that time alone, that reflection and contemplation. Why does this hurt so bad? Why is this so unsatisfying? Why does it seem like everything that I'm doing is just a waste of my time? Or like I'm not really being myself or finding myself the way that I thought I would be when I was this age, or when I'm at this point in life, or when I finally achieved the thing, maybe when I finally got that vehicle that I wanted and I thought it was going to be some kind of a, some kind of a sweet landmark in my life, like maybe buying a house or finally having children, family, getting married, meeting some goal you had set for yourself, whether you made it explicit or not. You get there, and not only is it not making you have the feelings you thought it would, but you're getting kind of running the other direction altogether, because it's almost a feeling of panic where you're like, oh no, I put a lot of eggs in this basket, and now here I am, and this isn't giving me the sense of peace that I thought it would at all. And God's in that, absolutely. If you're chasing after things without Him, even if they're things that He wants you to have, even if they're good things for you, if you're doing it apart from Him, then it's empty. It's going to have problems. It's not going to be fruitful and become something lasting, beneficial. It's not going to end up being a blessing to other people. It might end up being an anchor and a disappointment and a setback. Total opposite of what it should have been. So, I was so lost in myself that I quit referring to who I was. I was just like hiding out in the world. Actually quit using my name altogether for several years. And it was sort of subtle at first. It wasn't really that intentional, but once I realized that no one was using it anyway, no one seemed to want to get to know me, and I didn't really want to let anyone get too close to me either, because I was very stressed out, anxious, unsettled inside. It certainly wasn't like a welcome sign, like, come on in, get to know me. So I quit using my name. And I had no idea the impact that was actually having. To go forward in that mode for years, just forgetting who I am, literally. Stop, no more using my own name. I was just a stranger, a ghost, like some guy just passing through, even though I'd go to the same stores, live in the same tiny town for years. No one would greet me. I wouldn't have conversations with people where they remembered me or what we talked about before. You know how wonderful it feels? What a blessing and a miracle that it is right now. That as soon as I got my heart right with God again, I got my name back. And I can't even describe how miraculous that was. Because I went from feeling invisible, and now every day, every single place I go, I'm not even talking about by the time I get to the cash register, or when I'm full-blown, engaging, making eye contact with someone that I know, because sometimes it's not people that I know. That's been wow, like the level of happiness and feeling that it's a blessing and something that's just beyond me somehow, a reward, a green light, a thumbs up, like that's it, keep going, this is the right way. um, I got my name back. I walk in the door, way across the room. Hey, Brian. I'm like almost like looking behind my shoulder, being like, wait, wow, that greeting was for me? Because they're saying it with such love, warmth, positivity, and enthusiasm that it stops like the 10 other people that are nearby to look at me and go, who's Brian? Oh, that guy. Cool. He must be cool. They know him. I guess we want to know him. And it just like, it creates this magnetism that has just exploded. I wasn't seeing this coming. I had no idea that this would be the season of life that I would be in right now. Suddenly, my name isn't just restored again. It has a special value to it. It has a quality. And it makes me want to reach for excellence. So hiding, no name, invisible, I could care less. No one sees me anyway, so I'm not trying to be anything. If I'm failing, I'm failing. It's like I lost my self-respect. I didn't care what other people thought of me. There was still some levels of, people pleasing here and there, but it was just so wrong and empty. And so now when everyone sees me and wants to talk to me, and my name just gets used all day long, everywhere I go. Warm smiles, wonderful greetings, conversations with everyone. I literally feel like if I felt like it, or it was just like if it came natural to me, that I could be like, you and I should hang out. Like, can I come over to your house for dinner? You want to go do something this weekend? Like what church do you go to? There would be zero hesitation. They'd be like, awesome. I was hoping that you wanted to hang out with me. Like, as if like you thought you had no friends in the world, and suddenly you just like open your eyes and realize that everyone's just been waiting for the invitation. That you're not a bad person. You just thought you were a bad person. And it's a long story to explain how I got to that place, but what's really important is that I got out of that place. It makes me want to be awesome. It makes me want to live with integrity. It reminds me how important that morality, trust, honesty, openness, generosity, kindness, all the big ones. It reminds me the value of all of those things, because it brings it back to people. And that's what I had lost. I had lost my heart for connecting with people. That was why life felt so dang empty. You get your heart back because you're in connection with God again. You remember that you have value because He loves you, and He showers you with everything you've ever needed to hear. To remember your worth, to remember that you have purpose, direction, value. I mean, better than that you actually have like a job to do. Did you know that you have a job to do? When you follow God, you have tasks. I mean, depending on the situation, the setup for your life, you probably have a full-blown career of things that God's ready to set you on. And those things are going to be more fulfilling than anything that you've ever tried to do yourself, for yourself. And it's easier than doing the things that you thought were going to make you happy. Because all you needed to do all along was to just give into it. It's just there, waiting. The love has been knocking at the door for you that whole time. Still, right now. You just need to lay down yourself, your pride, your fear, your hang-ups, the sense of shame, which isn't based on how God sees you. It's based on your own twisted ideas, things other people have hurt you by saying that were also false. You just need to accept it. Get on that road, man. I just started that journey again, and I feel like a brand new person. I've got peace. I've got optimism, love. Not long ago, I had a hard time sleeping at night. Like, I was actually terrified of night because it left me alone with my thoughts, with my past, with my memories, with pains, fears, doubts, disappointments, just darkness, just scary stuff. It's this huge cloud of, I don't want to face that. And it has taken a very short period of time of surrendering myself, bringing all that stuff to God, clearing it up piece by piece. It's pretty intentional. It's not like a blank check. It's like go to him like a counselor, like you would, a therapist or a friend, really non-judgmental friend that you could just dish all your stuff to, but that they actually have the power to forgive those things, to release you from the weight that you've been under. Anyway, now I go to bed every night. I have a hard time going to bed because I find myself thinking about and talking to God as a father, as I lay down, as I'm getting ready for sleep. And it makes me feel so complete. I'm not alone. I'm so cared for. It's like the whole world has my back right now. And when I was in the wrong way, I felt like everything was out to get me. I go to bed excited about what's going to happen tomorrow now, because things have been that good. If you don't know that life, please give it some consideration. Certainly seek where you are really at. Take a look in the mirror. Get a little bit of time alone, some quiet. Hear your own thoughts. Think about those things in the night that you don't want to face by yourself. Don't let them drown you, but think about how they might serve a purpose. You can't reach for God while your hands are full, trying to hold all of your own stuff together. There's really only two ways forward there. Either you lay it down voluntarily, because he's asking you gently, graciously, patiently, long-suffering, or you can wait until you're trying to carry so much baggage that you just fall to pieces and can't even carry anything. You just drop it all and are left with nothing. And that's a great place to be too. God will meet you at either one of those and many other destinations. There's no recipe for how to find spiritual peace, because God made each one of us very different, and he speaks to us in our own language, in our own way of seeing and hearing and feeling. He has always been talking to you. He's talking to you right now. Nothing in your life is by accident. Seek him, and he will be there. Ask ask for Him, and He will answer. God bless y'all. I should finish this before it gets too dark.